Hey guys, it's time for us once again to play Skies of Arcadia. I'm Nye, we got Trance, and, well, we gotta get back to Crescent Isle, and after that, we got stuff to do. Let's see, where am I? I am here, and we're gonna go fight that.
My god, that!
That!
Like them!
Pretty much, it is one of them.
Wait, it's really a giant ant?
It's a giant spiderweb thing. We have no idea what it is.
Them specifically refers to giant ants. Whereas this is a crime against nature.
Pretty much. The only reason I'm even bothering with this, guys, this is actually one of the fights required in order to, get Vyse the Sky King. One of the 4 fights we have to do. This thing is really hard to fight against because it has this attack, Shaggy, which does a decent amount of damage. It also, you get a choice later on whether you want to attack it from the front or from the back, but it's kind of random because Vyse can't tell which one's the front or the back. And neither can you, for that matter. So it's kind of random whether you will do a turn that has a lot of damage or a turn that has no damage. Otherwise, the fight's pretty simple. I always refer to this thing as the Dreamcatcher, for obvious reasons. Otherwise, it's a fairly boring fight. More damage. That's really all this fight is. We circle around each other. He uses Shaggy and Spiral. I with the stone cannon. Not much else. So exciting.
It's certainly something.
Uh-huh. Like, if I could munchkin, I'd be munchkinning this section right here. So, yeah, you can't hit it from the side. You'll miss most of the time. So you can either swing around to the front, or get behind it. You can usually win a... It got the front? Are you sure that thing has a front and a back? This happens no matter what you choose, by the way. And apparently I chose wrong. Woohoo! Not that it really matters.
Thing is awfully weird looking.
Yep. But I can hit it now.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Apparently that thing was having a seizure because of all the shining lights. I think I'm actually behind it, to be honest.
I can't tell. It actually has a front and a back?
It has a single antenna, and that's what I use to refer to the front. You can kind of see it in a couple of the frames, but the camera's never particularly good. Its front's facing right now.
I see.
Yep. And its web is slightly curved towards the front. But that's about the only thing I use to actually, decide that. Now we get a close-up. But honestly, this thing does negligible damage, and this fight's easy as hell. The other Sky King fights are a little bit harder. And by a little bit, I mean not really. Really, the odd thing is, of the other Sky King fights, this is the only one you can fight at this point. The other ones you can't fight until afterwards, so they're kind of just... Yeah. By the way, it's running away now. You know, I think they screwed up the names for these moves of his, because that one actually had a spiral in the animation, the other one didn't. I think they're supposed to be the other way around. I wonder if I'm right.
I haven't a clue.
Just gonna beat on this turn. Please, please, please. Yay! Now, I don't know how this thing goes down in flames. I set the frozen bug on fire.
Well, you see,
using a gigantic water cannon, no less.
It's a spider, therefore it has to die in a fire. That's all there is to it.
Exactly. But I think I have a ton of I have 2 captain stripes to use. Let me use those. Okay. Well, that was entertaining. Let's see, where am I right now? And I need to be all the way up there. Fantastic. So this should be the final episode where we're going to have to deal with random encounters on the ship.
Woohoo!
I know, it's exciting. That particular fight also gives us the air purifier, if you hadn't gotten it already. And that's a required item for Vyse the Extravagant.
Nifty.
Mm-hmm. There actually is a reason to do all of this stuff. Like, it's not just a... Speaking of stuff, I am Vyse the Fearless, not quite Vyse the Legendary.
You'll get there.
Mm-hmm. All it means is that I can't get that final crew member yet. I have to be Vyse the Legendary. That was weird. In that last section back there, the music sounded off. Huh. Maybe it was always that way, I never noticed. While I'm here, let's go swing by Dock and snag a couple rewards for all the moonfish we gathered. The game is still very linear at this point, guys. It's not as if I can go anywhere, but there is stuff to do other than main storyline at this point. So we're going to be doing that for a little bit. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. Scratch your head, caught some moonfish, feed the bird, yada, yada, yada. We will be getting the true name of this thing soon, though.
Is the true name Frank?
Nope.
It should be Frank.
Not just a moon bird. There's actually a name for it. Let's see, what do we get this time? We got the Sword of Decat, which I believe has been outdone already. I wasn't keeping up on my moonfish feedings. Hiccup.
I'm hoping Vyse at least rinses that stuff off before using it.
So you get 2 gold bullion, with the only use of which is to sell it and gain money.
You can also turn it into gold soup.
It comes in bars, not in cubes.
And?
This is its next form, and now it floats. This is actually an indication that we're pretty close to the end of the Moonfish quest. I got the Constitution Gem, which is, if I remember correctly, that's actually one of the really good rewards. We're gonna see in a second. Look, it's got wings on the back, too. It has 2 sets of wings now.
God. It's full of stars. No, it's still full
there
of...
it is. That's the good one, the Defensive Aura.
The heck is that?
I'll show you in a second.
Thank you.
So its actual name is Piccolo. Oh, by the way, Maria is actually talking now.
She has vocal cords?
Apparently.
Also, that bird is...
huge. Apparently Maria has an older sister. So now we're going to get some backstory on Ramirez. So Ramirez and Hay were, met in the Valuan army, sent to Ixataka to occupy the area. So actually, they were there when we were there. Sort of, kind of, a little bit. Except not, because this was a long time ago. Apparently they've been in Ixataka for a while. So look at this. The Ramirez that we know would have just said, screw the Ixatakans. But this Ramirez doesn't like how they were abusing the natives.
That's not Ramirez. Wait, what?
Putting the people into slavery, forcing them to mine for moonstones, and all for Valua's profit? It's horrible.
That can't be Ramirez, can it?
And Mendoza's response? You're absolutely right. I, as a father of two, feel the same way. I feel sadness deep in my heart for the plight of the people of Ixataka. Remember, Mendoza is his father figure. He will personally express those grievances with the Empress herself. He'll deal with it. And Admiral Galcian shows up, but he was just an admiral at the time. He wasn't actually, like the head admiral. Ramirez goes to Galcian, and apparently he's the root of all evil in Ixataka, and starts talking. Or, rather, trying to lunge at him. Notice that Doc doesn't have the dot on his forehead at this point. Apparently Galcian doesn't have quite the respect for Admiral Mendoza that Ramirez does.
They're all insane.
Galcian declares that people are not to be trusted, that they'll betray your trust sooner or later. He only believes in power, that power will never betray you. I find that funny. So Galcian says he will someday learn the meaning of those words, that power will never betray you, and he'll be waiting at that point. That's rather creepy and prophetic. But now we don't get to hear anymore because Maria is going to start taking Doc away from us. So, no, we still don't get to know the truth behind Ramirez. Sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure I still have some moonfish, though. So let's check our items real quick, and then we'll see what else we can get. Okay, so, let's see. So we got 2 items here. They're actually important. The Constitution Gem, which prevents all, period, end of story, adverse effects, and also boosts defense and magic defense. So no more confusion, no more death, no more silence, nothing. But the Defense Aura renders the wearer invulnerable to normal attacks. So no normal attack will ever again hurt that person, period. Now, on the other hand, magic and special attacks will still hurt. It does improve defense a lot. It's good stuff, though.
I'd say that would go well on Vyse, with the complete immunity to death one on Fina.
Yeah. Well, remember, it's death as in the status effect death. Not,
yeah, I know.
Not as in your HP went down to 0.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
That said, I do tend to put the status effect one on Fina, because I don't want her silenced, and I also don't want her insta-killed, because I kind of need her to bring everybody back. Just got the Euconyx Isle, which is Idol, which is the last one that Pinta would need for his quest, if this was still the Dreamcast version. Okay. So that's all of that done. So we're going to go back to Crescent Isle so we can finish up the Land to the Purple Stone quest. And then we're going to cut the episode there, and the next time we come back, it's going to be collection quests from here on out. For a while, at least. Fly through Skyrift, which allowed Valua to so thoroughly wreck Nasrad. And yet no one stops us. Yay, more combat. Because I need this. Uh-huh. We don't have enough money and experience and all that jazz. For anyone who goes into an epileptic seizure because of my videos, because we're constantly dropping confusion on these enemies, I apologize.
Don't worry. They're already too busy seizuring to hear your apology anyway.
That's a good point. Well, Chance, you can't see it because the frame rate on the screen share is so low, but it really does flash pretty darn hard.
It flashes like Pikachu at the Super Bowl.
By the way, this is actually rather cool. If you'll notice, the sprite for Crescent Isle, or the 3D image, will actually change as we upgrade the base. It actually will change specifically depending on what you actually upgrade. How big Brabham's mouth gets. So he built an engine for us that allows us to go above or below the sky. We'll be able to fly over mountains and beneath large islands. We'll be flying all over the damn place. I love that line.
Yeah! Yes.
And as Base commented on an episode or two ago, if you are above or below the clouds, there are no more random encounters.
Because no one else can fly there.
Yep, because the pressure is too great. What this ends up allowing you to do is bypass all random encounters when going around. That's actually the reason why I haven't... that would be the reason why I haven't been going after any discoveries lately. Is because I've been wanting to make sure that I had that first, that way I could freely go around. In addition to that, there are a lot of discoveries that happen in upper sky or lower sky, so it's kind of pointless searching for discoveries when you can get them all in one go. So we got a couple more things to do real quick before we go and turn in the quest. First, let's go talk to Osmond over here. Check out that bigger shop. That's what our money paid for. So now she has boxes of all sorts, but none of them are any freaking good. Yeah. Like, the Sacrum box might actually be worth it, but apart from that, nothing she's got is actually worth anything. But it's good to upgrade things. And she actually comments that because when Vyse becomes more of a man of the world, she'll be interested in him. Yeah, I know.
That was somebody else's wiener. Anyway, on a completely different subject.
Okay, let's talk to Kerala, and we're going to remodel the building. Let's see. Let's remodel Khalifa's tent, because I'm looking at that right now, and I know that hasn't been taken care of yet. Okay, did we get... Okay, we got the living quarters, and I think we got... Yeah, it looks like we did get the tavern as well. Let me just make sure. I think we did it. Nope, not done yet. Okay, so we got to get that taken care of, so let's go do that. Okay, remodel the tavern for me. Now, remember, Ismail and Khalifa both have very different upgrade styles, and you can actually see it. What the living quarters right in front of me is Khalifa's style, and the tavern is Ismail's style. So you get to decide whether you want log cabins or whether you want Yafutoman looks.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Depending on what you do. There are a lot of upgrades that you end up doing, so we'll have to end up doing a lot of them. Let's see, can I do Pinta's upgrade yet? There's Hans. But Hans doesn't do much as it would be cool for him to do things. So actually, Pinta will charge you 500 gold, but you can have him go and catch animals to run around on the island.
Interesting.
So you could get something cute from the east, something colorful from the south, or something scary looking from the west. Let's do something cute.
Is it that bird that says whatever you said to it?
Something tells me it is.
Cool. I like that.
And then if you go to Khalifa, you can either pay 10 gold. You can pay 10 gold for your fortune here, and Khalifa will do her little thing. When a moonstone becomes contaminated, it becomes a charm. Have the opposite effect as chams. Makes them vomit them all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Khalifa will. Every time you visit the every time you visit her tent, every time you visit the island, you can get a reading, and she'll tell you stuff you may not have known already. When she gets her tent better, she'll have a secondary form of readings, and I think she'll tell you where to find stuff you haven't found already.
That's interesting.
It's kind of useful. If you've ever played Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, there's actually a fortune teller there who will tell you where to find heart pieces you haven't found already. Kind of useful. Okay, so we get to decide where to go next. The Sylvite Elders already have the silver crystal, so all we need is the yellow crystal. And we know where that is. The Maw of Tartus. But Enrique knows something about that. I really like these schematics that they show in the game. They're really well done. This one in particular, I really like this one. It's got the text everywhere, and it really shows what he's talking about. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, that was a ship-to-ship battle down, and not very much else progress, but, you know, now we have the go up high and go down low engine. Fantastic stuff. When we return next episode, we're actually going to start taking advantage of that, and we're going to go and collect a crap ton of discoveries.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's going to be all kinds of fun. But, until then, we'll see you guys soon.
Later.